Since you already talked about it, I kind of we'll just move right into it with HEGSETH. Now,
Yes.
let me tell you, the clips that have been coming out from this are diabolical. He
Yeah.
roasted these people. I mean, the big one was Elizabeth Warren. Did you see the whole "I'm not a
Yes.
general"? Oh,
Yeah.
that was the icing on the cake. So, Mug, could you give us kind of the whole what is the? I don't know this guy. Like I've heard his name before, but I don't know who exactly he is. I understand he has a little bit of a past, but I don't know what his one how he got to this position. Like there was like a part at like news I just missed for 3 weeks or something.
Well,
Because
no, Pete Hegseth, he's been on Fox News, right? He's done a lot of commentary work. He usually focuses on military-based stuff because he was in the military. I believe he got one of the highest awards that at his level at the time he could get. Obviously not a general. I forget what it was. He was accepted to West Point, did go there, and I only say that because they tried to make something out of that. West Point said
so did Shane
we
Gillis,
never,
mom, but that didn't last very
right.
long.
I forget the whole story behind it, but something to the effect. Then that was fairly recent since he's been nominated. So it's just been a constant smear campaign. He's highly qualified for the position.
And he's
More
going
so
for
than
Secretary of Defense, right?
yes. So
Yeah.
he's going to head up the military, basically, the Defense Department, the Pentagon, and all that. That's going to be his cabinet position, and he's qualified to do it. But they don't. I shouldn't say they. Those who are not supporters of the Trump agenda, if you will, he's going to clean up the military, and he's pretty much said he's going to. Enough with the DEI woke stuff. Our
Right.
military is an embarrassment. What happened in Afghanistan is an embarrassment. As we know, the Pentagon constantly fails its audits, right?
Yeah.
So the Democrats, some of them
Every
have
year
the
for like the last
audacity,
20 years.
right? And some of them have the audacity to say to him, "What audit have you ever done? When have you ever been in?" I mean, this is their answer to
Yeah.
somebody. They're acting as though it failed under him. So it's his problem that he's never had to do an audit. Well, he's been in the military, and I trust that he has the ability as a serviceman who's gotten as far as he has to handle an audit better than some of the who knows what crooks have been running them over the decades in that department. He did run into a little bit of trouble where he fairly recently, but I don't think he was in a position other than being in Fox News. He met a woman, kind of thing, was separated from his wife, met a woman, had been drinking. She accused him of trying to rape her. It was never proven that that was the case. Matter of fact, there was question as to the veracity of what she was saying because there were cameras at this place and blah, blah, blah. And being like this camera of them talking by the pool at a hotel, she took that and turned it into a story, allegedly, right? So he's addressed it. He's dealt with all of it. And there was never anything proven. There was no evidence of what she was saying. And one of the other, who was it, Mulcahy, I forget the senator's name, brought up some very good points during his confirmation hearing. He was a Republican, who said, "Who here hasn't come back from dinner drunk and come in here and voted on bills in our job?" And he says, "We all know
That's
it.
pretty
Nobody
funny.
lie it. Hey, how many of you have divorced your wives and had affairs? We all know it. You all do it, and you come back and do your job." So he basically made a point of, this guy is no different than anybody else. We're going to hold this against him. In other words, how
That's
many
pretty
other people
wild
have we
to.
had sit here?
It's hard to call that a defense, but also I get his point.
Well, and his isn't even
Yeah, because he
proven,
was.
and he has admitted he was a drink. He said I think he said he had a drinking issue. I don't know if it's a full-time problem when he's
Right.
going through divorce. I think he's back with his wife. They're still together. And he didn't deny that happened. He does absolutely deny that he ever a woman or attacked that particular
Well,
woman.
he said
So
one of the guys up there obviously is a Democrat, but he was talking about something about domestic violence. Did you see this? He's like talking about I
I don't
don't
know.
think something about domestic violence. He was like, I don't think anyone should be the Secretary of Defense if they've ever hit a woman. And the guy's like, okay, where'd this come from? Like, I
It's
guess he.
very possible that the woman who claimed she had been
Oh, that
raped
could be it. Yeah,
said that he tried to hit her or grabbed her arm. I don't remember the full.
yeah, good
Again,
call.
it literally came out of nowhere as soon as this guy was
It was
nominated.
very strange.
And it's
But you know what the best part is? The guy who brought it up, apparently he had some issue with like sleeping with a man, like the exact same story.
it
So
wouldn't surprise me.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
it
that he
wouldn't
got hit
surprise me.
for like 10 years ago or something. So
Yeah.
yeah, again, politics are gross.
Well, the hypocrisy of the
Yeah, the
situation,
hypocrisy, I
and
should say.
I'm glad this other senator, I'm sorry, it wouldn't be a senator, yeah, senator brought it up about, who here hasn't? How many times have we seen Nancy Pelosi slur her words in front of us
That's
on
because she's
national
old,
TV?
mom, and she spends a lot of time, mental energy on the stocks.
Yeah,
Come
well,
on.
considering how much money she spent and submitted for a bill years ago for the liquor on an airplane going back and forth between
Oh, that's right.
Sacramento or
Forgot
San
about that.
Francisco, for them to turn around and say to somebody else, who's obviously not drunk right now at this confirmation hearing. So I'm not a proponent of anybody who has. I often say, what? Why do you get into politics if you have any sort of issue in your background?
Yeah.
But everything's relative, and you're, as you know, just saying you're going to do something, they come out of the woodwork and they claim that you've done things. We've seen the smear campaign. Look at Kavanaugh. It's a smear campaign, and they usually start with the easy one of a woman alleges that you tried to attack them.